morning, Voyagers! Welcome to another episode. We're having breakfast, Sandy's.
It's early. It's already starting to warm up. It's already in the mid-70s, and it's not even 8 o'clock yet, but we've already passed some cow. We've already passed some turkeys. We're way out in the middle of nowhere, and we're about to go hike to find 2 different petrified forests.
And a bald eagle we saw in the middle of the road. It's just so pretty. Did you fart?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we're out early. We're going to go hike to these forests, and then we're going to go head to the North Unit. So this is our second day at Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota. And we're hoping to see bighorn sheep today. Right?
Yep. Yeah, we didn't see any of them yesterday, and then come to find out, it looks like they're more towards the North Unit. So hopefully we'll get a chance to get up there and, we're going to go up there, but hopefully we'll get a chance to see them.
So yesterday, if you didn't see our video from the first day at Theodore Roosevelt National Park, go ahead and click the link down below or up here somewhere. And we saw wild horses, we saw bison, and we saw a ton of prairie dogs. So it was and a little rabbit. We saw all sorts of stuff. It was great. We had a great wildlife experience yesterday. So we're hoping today's even better. Let's go. We're going to go for this hike. It's how many miles? 3 miles?
Yeah, roughly.
About 3 miles. So we're here early to beat the heat. It should be like 104 again today. And it's dry heat. We're out of the humidity. Woo! Back in the desert. So I'm pretty stoked about that. We're going to go. We're going to finish our Sandies. Petrified Forest, one of them. There's 2 on this loop.
So 60 million years ago, this area actually looked more like the Florida Everglades than it does today. The trees didn't actually decompose. They actually were covered in sediment and turned into rock. And due to erosion, now they're fully exposed again. And they're really cool because they do look like trees, but then you can definitely tell they're rock. They're not tree at all.
It's pretty cool. So we're actually going to see Petrified Forest a couple more times this year, actually coming up in South Dakota, and then we're going to the Petrified Forest National Park in Arizona too. So you're going to hear all about petrified rock coming up. So we're going to check this out and then hike to the other one. Petrified Forest was better. So if you come, you want to go to the north one. And it wasn't 3 miles. It's like 1.5 miles to get from the parking lot to 1. I don't have keys. Do you have keys on you?
Where's your keys?
They're in the bag. It's too hot. So it's 1.5 miles to get from the parking lot to one of the forests. But we went to the south one and then cut back to the split off and then went to the other one. So it was like a total of 5 miles-ish.
Yeah, about 4.5, 5 miles, depending on how much you walk around in the different forests.
Right. So it's cool, and it's getting hot. It's not. It's about 10 o'clock. It
That
says
can't be
75,
wrong.
but
That
that's
can't be
wrong. But there's a nice breeze out here, which is like really everything in life right now. So we're gonna now drive. It's like 70 miles up to the North Park, and there's a loop up there like what we did the last time. So we're gonna hopefully see some wildlife and do maybe some short, tiny little walks. But this one was good. There's some steep climbs. There's a bug. Some steep climbs. I'm out of breath, sweating. So
Here we go.
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 Let's go. So we made it into the North Park, and it's very pretty. We came across this like overlook. It kind of reminds us of the Grand Canyon, not quite as impressive, but there's the river that flows through the bottom, and it's similar to like the Cacha-Catue, the tent rocks in New Mexico. Just the formations here are pretty cool.
It is very reminiscent of the Grand Canyon, just at a little bit smaller scale.
It's very pretty.
It's a different feel up here than in the South Unit. The South Unit's a lot more wide open, plains and prairies. Around here, it's more canyon-esque and steep drop-offs. So we haven't seen any real wildlife since we've been up here, but the views are beautiful.
It's bedtime.
No, it's not.
So we came home from the park. We had a good day. We saw buffalo. We got home at like 3-ish. Took a shower and
Took a nap.
And we took a nap because we're heading out right now. It's 9 o'clock and we're going back to the park because
It's time to go check out the Perseid Meteor Shower.
whoop whoop. Gonna go get a shower on.
So I got my camera, I got my tripod, my intervalometer, and I've been doing some research on the settings that I need to have it because I've never quite successfully gotten that pristine Milky Way shot. And it could just be the camera, it could be the lens that I have, but I'm going to give her another go tonight and see what we get.
And I'm just gonna lay there and watch. He's gonna do all the hard work. So we're heading back out to the park where it's gonna be super dark. And hopefully it'll be a good show. And hopefully he can do some like recording so we can show it here. Otherwise I'll show you just like us walking around in the dark. But we're going back. Here we go. So we made it. We're here on top of Buck Hill and we were driving through this freaking park in the dark and there's a buffalo in the middle of the road that we almost hit. Ridiculous. So Aaron's just getting the camera. Okay. Other people had the same idea we did, apparently. There's one other car here. One just pulled up. Aaron's getting the camera set up. And we're just going to watch the show.
Setting up. Got my intervalometer out. It's bright.
Don't look at the light. What's above us?
The sky. The Milky Way.
Wait, stop.
What are you doing?
Tell us.
So the Milky Way is right above us, and I'm going to try and set up shooting towards Mars because I can use that as my focal point. But I really want to capture the Milky Way, so we're going to see if the camera can do it.
So, crazy shit just went down. So, we've been sitting here for a hot minute. Aaron's setting up the camera. I'm sitting in the back of the truck, and like all these other cars start pulling up, and there's a bunch of kids like teenagers who walked up this hill, and they're like having sing-alongs, and there's coyotes out there howling, and I want to listen to that and not sing-alongs under the meteor shower. So we're moving, and as we move, we start hearing like growling noises. It could have been the wind.
I don't think it was. I mean, it sounded like buffalo breathing.
Grr,
or
grr,
yeah.
grr.
But it was not equal like that. It was very sporadic and distant. But
I don't know, man.
all right, we'll blow on this popsicle stand. We're gonna go find another place to go see the stars. I kind of want to yell at these idiots.
No, it's fine. They're having a fine time, you know.
They can piss off.
Okay. So whatever that noise was really creepy, and it's freaking me out. We got to our new spot, and we're gonna just sit here. There's no sing-alongs happening, so that's nice. And hopefully we don't encounter another heavy mouth breather. It was like a buffalo or something standing next to us, like growling. It was crazy. So far the meteors are pretty cool. There's quite a few of them, and hoping it gets a little bit better as we sit here longer.
We got down to the other place that we went to, and the skies were just awful. Everything was green and hazy, and so we ended up going back to where we were originally, up on Buck Hill, and get back up there, and the clouds had rolled in. So it was kind of a...
So you threw a little tantrum. You're not amused.
I'm not amused right now. I wasted 2 hours digging with the camera. Anyway, so we get back up there, and we had a little bit of a patch of sky where it was clear, so I tried setting up the camera to capture that. But the cool part about it was that we could hear the bison kind of chattering back and forth with each other. It sounded like they were snoring, but you could hear them kind of moving around a little bit. And they were far enough away to where we couldn't hear their footsteps, but they were definitely close enough to where you could hear them, and hopefully we got some on the audio here. And then on our way back out of here, we were driving through and saw a porcupine, but we weren't quick enough with the camera to capture it. So that's it. We are heading back, and unless something cool happens on the way there, we're gonna end this video here. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and if you like what we're doing, hit that like button. Make sure you tap that bell icon so you get a notification every time we release a new video. We will see you next time. Thanks for watching.